We are the Nostradamus.
Salts!
Hey guys, so we're back with another video, as you can see. And this time we are going to be talking about a man called Miguel de Nostradamus. Nostradam. Yeah. So basically, he was a French what is this? Apothecary, right? Thanks, Ian. Alright, from the 16th century. And he made many different predictions. Very many, and some actually came true. For a start, there was, he predicted the rise of Hitler, Kennedy brother assassinations, and even predicted 9/11.
Yep.
All when this was in the 16th century.
And he predicted that President Obama is the last president of America. I'm not trying to give my...
Can you just go to the site you're supposed to be on, dude?
This is...
It's not.
It shows his predictions. At least.
The site I told you to click on.
Yeah. So, here is
here.
the one about Napoleon. Century 12, Quatron 56. King against king and the duke against prince. Hatred between them, horrible dissection. Rage and fury throughout very province. In France, great war and horrible change. It vaguely summarizes the Napoleonic Wars.
Well, I have here 10 predictions that did come true of him. So, and now I guess what they have here is what they what he kind of said for his predictions. So I'll read it off. Number 10, the Great Fire of London. The blood of the just will be demanded of London, burned by fire in the year 66. The blood of the just will commit a fault at London, burned through lightning of 23 threes the 6. The ancient lady will fall from her high place. Several of the same sect will be killed. So basically, the Great Fire of London, it says here, was a major confrontation. Okay, so basically it was a fire that basically destroyed all of London. Well, not all of London, but it destroyed a lot of London in September of 1666. So he was very true about that. The district of Westminster, I think, was completely destroyed. I'm not sure though.
Wait.
That's what it says here. Westminster.
Westminster?
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. And the death toll was very catastrophic. I mean, it doesn't say here how many people died, but it did say approximately 80,000. Sorry, someone playing the piano over there. 80,000 homes were actually burnt down. No wait, 70,000 homes were burnt down, and 800. Wait, oh god. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just reading this right now. 70,000 homes were destroyed of the city's 80,000 inhabitants. God, that took me a long time. I am so sorry for that, guys.
I'm just looking for something.
Alright. Number 9. The French Revolution. From the enslaved people, songs, chants, and demands, the princes and lords are held captive in prisons in the future by such headless idiots. These will be taken as divine utterances. Before the war comes, the great will fall. The king will be executed. His death, coming too soon, will be laminated. The guards will swim in blood. Near the river Seine, the soil will be blooded. So basically, if you don't know, the French Revolution was, in short term, when the peasants revolted against the high ruling archy, and they just like pretty much guillotined like everyone. A lot of people died. And this was kind of like around the time of the rise of Napoleon. So, yeah. Speaking of which, rise of Napoleon, number 8.
Wait, can I say this one first? No, this one on my computer. Century 12, Quatron 59. The accord and peace will be broken everywhere. Friendships polluted by discord. Hatred awakened. All faith corrupted and hope. Marseilles without concord. I believe that is talking about World War II.
Number 8. The rise of Napoleon. Pays ne Laurent will be more of fire than of the blood. To swim in praise, the great one to flee to the confuse. What is this? What's this word? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not gonna get very moved right now.
Where? Confluence.
He will refuse entry to the Huses. The depraved ones and the Durants will keep them imprisoned. So basically, what he's kind of saying here is, like I said, it's not completely clear, but it's more of like, but he's kind of just saying, that this is what's going to happen during like Napoleon's reign. In fact, Pays ne Laurent, sorry if I said that wrong, I don't speak French, were, I believe, letters, it says here, that are arranged and becomes
Napoleon Roy.
Yeah. Napoleon Roy. Or Napoleon Bonaparte, actually. Which is it's actually kind of cool. Interesting. They managed to find that out. It was one of the most, and like Napoleon Bonaparte, he was one of the most famous emperors in France. It says here like the rise of Napoleon was more of fire than blood, so that's what he kind of meant in the first line. And it says here the Puses of the third line are the popes Pius the Sixth and Pius the Sixth and Pius the Seventh, who were both actually imprisoned by Napoleon. So that's pretty cool of how he managed to foreshadow all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Louis Pasteur. I'm not sure who he is, to be honest.
He was the guy who invented vaccines.
Oh. Right. Lost, found, hidden for so long a time, the Pasteur will be honored as a demigod. Before the moon finishes its full period, he will be dishonored by other winds. Louis Pasteur, right. He was a French chemist and a microbiologist who was born in Dole, and he made remarkable breakthroughs in preventing diseases. He created vaccines. Preventing vaccines, yeah, sounds like just Nazi crap.
Don't say that.
Yeah, right, let's start again. Sounds like a bunch of Nazi.
Dude, there were German watchers too.
It doesn't mean that they'll take Nazi to offense. I'm not calling them Nazis.
I know, but
Oh my god. Dude, stop. Just stop.
okay.
Alright, let's try and start that section over again. Louis Pasteur. Lost, found, hidden for so long a time, the Pasteur will be honored as a demigod. Before the moon finishes its full period, he will be dishonored by other winds. So Louis Pasteur is he was a French chemist and microbiologist who made remarkable breakthroughs in vaccines. He reduced the mortality rate of Pepper fever. He created the first vaccine for rabies and anthrax. He supported the germ theory. He was best known to the general public for inventing a method to stop milk and wine from causing sickness.
Oh, his name is Pasteur.
Pasteurization. Okay. So we kind of invented pasteurization. Number 6. Adolf Hitler. From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who by his tongue will seduce a great troop. His frame will increase towards the realm of the east. Beasts ferocious from hunger will swim across rivers. The greater one will cause it to be dragged into an iron cage, when the Germany child will observe nothing. I really don't need to describe this, guys. It's Adolf Hitler. What else do you need to know? And speaking of which, he also predicted the Second World War.
In case I haven't made that clear.
He said basically, alright, so here's what he said. The two greatest ones of Asia and of Africa, the Rhine and the lower Danube, they will be said to have come. Cries, tears at Matala and the Ladrin side. Same thing, World War II, don't need to describe it. You already know what it is.
Wait,
And not straying too far from that, atomic bombs.
Wait, let me see this. Century 5, Quatron 55. Century 12, Quatron 55. Sad counsels, disloyal, cunning, wicked advice. The law will be betrayed. The people stirred, wild, cruel, quarrelsome, immoralist town as the entire piece hated. I was thinking of what that meant, but I kind of forgot.
Keep thinking, it'll come back to you. Here's what I said for atomic bombs. Near the gates and within the cities, there will be two scourges. The like of which was never seen. Famine, within plague, people put out by steel. Cries of great immortal God for relief. Again, kind of like, so basically he's kind of saying, like, the atomic bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, how awful it was. And it was pretty awful. I mean, people were gone in like an instant. Alright, the death of the Kennedy brothers. The great man will be strucken down in the day by a thunderbolt, an evil deed foretold by the barrier of a petition. Another falls at nighttime. Conflict at Raids, London, and a penitence at Tuscany. So if you didn't know, obviously John F. Kennedy was assassinated, but he had a brother, Robert Kennedy, who was killed in Los Angeles by a man by the name of Sirhan Sirhan. Sirhan, I think that's actually what it's called. Death of Princess Diana, I don't really know what that is. I really don't care, to be honest.
Diana.
Diana, I really don't care about that, to be honest.
It was how she crashed.
I honestly don't know who she is, so I really don't care. Plus, we kind of need to speed this up a little bit. Number 1, 9/11. Here's what I said. Volcanic fire from the center of the earth will cause trembling around the new city. 2 great rocks will make war for a long time in Eruthia, in a redden of a new river. In the year 1999, in a 7th month, from the sky will come the great King of Terror, bringing back to life of the
King of the Mongols.
King of the Mongols, before and after Mars to reign by good fortune. So basically, what he's saying that is the planes crashing into the towers and then the war in Afghanistan starting. It's just completely mind-boggling. Now, Ethan, if you'll quickly read over 10 predictions for 2016. Now, a few of these have already come true. A few of these have already come true.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, go back. Back.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm just in a really stressful mood. I was working all day.
Nostradamus predicted that Obama would be victorious in the 2013 election, but he also predicted that Mr. Barack Obama would be America's last president. Does that mean the time has come for the United States to pass the torch to someone else? Who would be the next superpower? China? Russia? North Korea?
Hopefully not.
Nothing is certain.
And if Donald Trump becomes president, that'll be true, hey? Unusual weather patterns.
In his writings, no.
You don't need to read over this. I'm just saying you
in
kind of
his writings, no.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus mentioned unusual weather patterns and natural cataclysms / disasters that will intensify further than they already have. He described the event as where water shall be seen to rise from the ground is seen to fall underneath. We are already seeing snow in the springtime in many parts of the world. What's next? 2015 also saw the most frigid temperatures ever. Can't get any worse, or can they?
Alright, so this one, I suppose is sort of backed up by Hurricane Matthew, but it's not as, it was a pretty severe hurricane, but it's not nearly as severe as what he described.
Unusual planetary alignments. Nostradamus also mentioned unusual planetary alignments and other astronomical type change that will trigger massive events on Earth. I hope this does not mean another earthquake or tsunami.
Yeah, I don't think that one's true. NASA's not seeing anything like that. Keep going.
Middle East on fire. Petroleum and oil in the Gulf states in the Middle East will be set on fire, according to Nostradamus' predictions for 2016. Things are heating up for the presidential elections in 2016. I wonder if this is coincidental. And also, Jake, and also ISIS, they had this. They burnt a bunch.
They burnt a bunch of oil?
Well, they burnt a bunch of stuff. And there's this place where there's always fire.
So now, when you say a bunch of stuff, do you mean religious kind of artifacts?
No, they just they burnt, I think, oil, and now there's this town that's almost on fire.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's not fully on fire, but a lot of it is on fire, and there's tons of smoke.
Oof.
6. Explosion in the Middle East. Many explosions will occur in the Middle East area, and Nostradamus said that planes will be falling from the sky in 2016. The Middle East has seen drastic changes in civil unrest for the past 4 years. The Arab Spring has intensified civil wars in over 10 countries, including in Tunisia, Egypt, Bahrain, Somalia, Libya, and Syria. We already saw the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 on March 8th, 2014. Another plane was nearly torpedoed by a North Korean missile 2 days before that. Anything is possible.
Explosions in the Middle East. Proof to back it up, ISIS, suicide bombers. I mean, it's just out there. It's that clear.
End of the world. Nostradamus also made an ambiguous statement that is making us believe that the Iraq War / invasion was the first major sign for our timeline, that the world as we know it is coming to an end. But there's been so many predictions and prophecies already, especially that of the Mayan civilization, and all of them were false alarms.
Yeah, I don't think that one's true.
White House games. He also stated that the White House has been playing warlike games and have set out plans to destroy the war, starting with the Middle East, where it is like a game of chess to them.
Trump.
Tensions between the two
Trump.
have never been easy, especially with the war on terror and ISIS retaliations. Both Iraq and Afghanistan have not seen peace since Americans entered the country to bring in democracy.
Yes.
The poles will melt.
The poles are melting, but they haven't. I don't think
This
they'll
is
melt.
where many global warming scientists and scholars are taking their information from. Could this be happening? If you look at the high temperatures up north, you'll probably believe that the prophecy will come true. However, the South Pole is still frigid cold, and no drastic temperature changes have been noted. Global warming scientists have always said that the North Pole is becoming warmer than usual, but nothing has ever become mentioned about this. Has ever been mentioned about the South Pole?
Yeah, there's a typo here. It says has. Alright.
Fate of Israel. The fate of Israel remains unclear because of Nostradamus' predictions. However, in paragraph number 34 of the epistle, Nostradamus stated that Jerusalem, and also the epistle is, I think, something he wrote for King Henry II.
Okay.
Nostradamus stated that Jerusalem might be assailed on all sides and a western...
Assaulted.
Assaulted? That's not assaulted.
Oh, it's not assaulted? Okay. Assailed. What?
Assailed?
Maybe it's just assaulted, but it's like misspelled.
And a western naval force from the United States or other nations in the New World will help Israel in fighting the forces of its future adversaries.
Such as ISIS.
Makes peace.
ISIS.
If the Russians are not allied with Europe and the West during the beginning of this war, Nostradamus stated that in the epistle that northern came from Aquan, an allusion to Russia will eventually help to set things right. The United States and Russia have never seen eye to eye, especially with the conflict in Syria. It will be interesting to see how this prophecy will play out. Could the Crimean War of 2014 lead to peace with Russia? I doubt Russia wants nothing less than world dominance, but we have to wait and see what happens.
Alright, now Ethan, just go really quick and see if you can find if there's predictions for 2017, and don't read the entire inscription, just read what it is. Alright? Just calm down with this. Okay, there we are. Good. Right.
Russia and Ukraine will sign a peace agreement. China will make bold moves.
Possible.
A year of definition for Latin America.
Don't know what that means.
That means that's good for them, I guess.
Okay,
Italy will
possible.
face financial hardship.
Maybe.
Ooh. Cloud computing will disappear. What?
I don't know.
Superpower Scoliosis.
Scoliosis? No, I don't think that's...
Scoliosis.
Okay,
Wars over global warming.
I don't know.
Commercial space travel.
No.
More widespread use of solar power. Already happened. North Korea
it could happen
and
more.
South Korea merge.
No, that's not happening. Okay, guys, so that was kind of just our knowledge of this incredible man, Nostradamus. And seeing how many of his predictions have come true, and many of them are very, very horrible. Our predictions could come true. Who knows? We'll only have to wait and see. But until then, there, guys.
Bye.